be too helpful from the get-go.
No, because you need the old man to translate them, and we are going to start pretty close to vanilla start. We're going to be on the river screen. Unfortunately, we're starting on the wrong side of the river, so we cannot get our way into that cave immediately.
The screen to the right there is not the loveliest. All the Lionels just hanging out there waiting to throw swords at Link. So screen scroll over to the level 3 area will actually be really nice, except a bunch of open caves are around to start here. So also Wizrobes on the overworld.
You know, I'm never sad to see Wizrobes on the overworld. Yes, it makes your initial first couple of rounds going through the overworld difficult, but that means I don't have to deal with them in dungeons. No Wizrobes in dungeons, no Lionels in dungeons. This means that blue Darkrits are going to be the worst thing we're going to have to deal with inside the dungeons. That's a vacation for us. And ooh, did you see that big secret?
Yes, I actually love that big secret. I do also love the move that pretty much every one of our runners, other than Yunus, made. They got this small secret, which is 17 rupees, and immediately up aid back to start to grab a 4-pack of bombs, so they can have a little more exploration, especially heading into Lost Woods. They'll only want to make one trip down to the southwest if possible.
Yeah, being able to efficiently go ahead and bomb down there is great. An interesting choice there by Yunus. Found a candle shop, opted to just save and not buy the candle.
But what he's going to do is he's going to actually go up and purchase, or maybe he's going to buy bombs and then go up and purchase the candle, but he saved that way if he immediately comes across a candle or something, or I don't know, maybe he's just buying bombs and going with it. But he does have the knowledge at least of where the candle is. We do have Saitam picking up the candle there, so his exploration will be really nice when it comes to the Lost Woods.
Yeah, same thing with Ari over there. He also picked up the candle. I think in the entire time that we've been doing Zelda 1 Randomizer, I have known one person to have been able to pull off a candleless seed, and I happen to be in the booth with him.
Yeah, that was a fun seed all around, but yeah, candle is normally pretty vital considering you do have, I would probably say about 15 different bushes that can be burnt on the overworld.
Ari trying to go back into the warp zone and unfortunately gets sniped by a blue Wizrobe because even on the overworld, they will still snipe you.
That is actually a horrible screen just to have you drop right in. Not really expecting the Wizrobes, and that's probably the worst thing about the Wizrobes on the overworld is you're just not expecting them, and if you come out of a cave, they can snipe you really fast. So far, the take any's aren't the best. I mean,
no,
hanging out in the Lost Woods and around the lake.
Yeah, not really the best here. Actually, I did a seed the other day where 2 of the 4 any roads were the bottom left corner and the upper right corner. They were it was perfect. You could get anywhere. It was great.
Yunus finds another candle shop as well, so knowledge of 2 candle shops. I don't think he's too concerned about it until he gets to that part in his route.
No, but right now we've got a little bit of a route divergence here. We have a couple people here finishing up with the Dead Woods, and we've got Fairwolf going up into the desert area. I like this play here. I'm always a big fan of heading over to this east side of things. 1, there's a ton of open caves for Wood Sword, but 2, and more importantly, as you can see here, there are 3 Armos sets over here, so you have a very good chance of finding whatever your Armos item is going to be. Not there, but we do have a key shop and a magic shield shop. Mostly of note for the keys. Very rarely will you see someone pick up a magic shield and something like this. But we do have a level 7 encounter, everyone's favorite dungeon.
Yes, and this is vanilla, so a map won't be as important here, just having the knowledge of where you're coming into level. And it looks like we're coming in on the left side here, down towards the bottom. So we'll see a lot of our runners probably prioritize the bottom here. Potential item, but also potential staircase.
Oh,
But one of the
wow.
biggest
That is
advantages,
huge for Unos. Finding the ladder there in 7 immediately. That's going to be a big boom because a lot of people, are, especially early, are going to nope out of 7 down there on the coast. Ari did pick up the sword over by Vanilla level 6, but I have to give Unos the huge advantage with the ladder right now. And here's level 6 as well.
yeah, Saitan also picking up his sword, so that will be beneficial for him as well. But I do agree that ladder is big for Unos, and you see that he is immediately making the run towards the coast to see what that item is, and then he'll continue to check out all the Armos statues here as well. So I really do like this play from Unos. Unfortunately, it's not deep enough into level 7 to where other runners won't find it, but it is a huge advantage early on.
Yeah, it's not, like I said, not being very deep. Everyone's going to quickly find it. The advantage is people are going to see level 7 and nope out of there. And, well, it wouldn't be a TGE seed if there wasn't a banana on the overworld. It's the wrong banana, but it's still a banana.
Yes, and I appreciate Unos picking that up for all of us tonight.
Well, I'm firmly not on Team Unos right now. But see, didn't I promise you that it would be worth showing up here tonight? Did I not promise you that? And immediately we're not even 7 minutes into the seed, and you already get me being trolled. So already worth your time. Was I wrong?
Is that really why you got me to do this commentary? Because I really don't feel like that's it.
What? You think that I wouldn't just get you to do commentary with me just so I can get myself trolled? You're giving me too much credit.
I would actually have been happier if you would have, goaded me into commentary to tell me that you're giving up on the whole Lord Banana shtick and are actually going to start using the blue boomerang more.
We have documented evidence in a tournament race of me actively going back and picking up the blue boomerang to use it. Speaking of picking things up, Ludo's picking up a blue candle there. In a seed where it was 0 HP enemies, and I didn't even realize it was. So we have documented proof of me doing it. I don't like to do it, but when it comes down to either winning or memeing, I want to win.
I'm not even going to go where I was going to go with that. Instead, we're going to continue overworld exploration with all of our runners. A bunch of our runners actually checking out Candle Row right now, while Unos is hanging out up in the Lost Hills.
And if I saw things correctly while we were ranting about that, we did in fact have the Armos item be found because I see another marking over there on our tracker. Looks like it was the power bracelet.
Yeah. And, everything just working into Unos's routing here. Unfortunately, he didn't find the candle, or didn't grab the candle. He found plenty of them until a little bit later. But definitely working into his routing to where he can check a lot of this all at once.
Yeah, I mean, it's always fantastic when you can get all your checks in at once. Especially when you can find these overworld exploration items. Being just vanilla first quest overworld, there's only 4 spots the power bracelet opens up, and you only have the 1 spot the recorder opens up. So those items aren't as important as they could be in a second quest overworld, but the peace of mind where you have them is much, much better. Random effect now going into level 7, where if he just takes that quick right turn, he will also find his ladder.
Yeah, this is pretty much the same route that Unos took, but Unos did not have the ability to do the combat here. So it may take RE a little bit longer to get to the ladder, but I have no doubt that he'll do a little bit of exploring in here, not taking his friend RPG's advice.
Never 7. Although, how about level 2? Because Unos has found himself a level 2, and even with 1 bomb and no A button item, level 2 is still worth exploring because, hey, at least we get a heart.
Yeah, potentially 2 hearts. We don't know if that was the regular item or if that was just the dungeon heart, but we will find out because I have no... Well, Ari finds the ladder, but I believe Unos will clear out as much as possible. Or maybe not, because he just grabbed the Triforce.
Just pick up the Triforce and come back later? I mean, you've got one of the two items in there. You've already picked the Triforce. Yeah, I'd be coming back later, although it is in an out-of-the-way spot, so I understand him coming back in right now.
And Junos is, I don't even want to say a fairly good. He is a extremely talented runner of this game. So there's no doubting his ability to get in here and do as much clearing as possible. I mean, it looks like he's setting up all these blue moblins. You can't really see them, but they're blue moblins, and one single bomb and gets a bomb drop out of it. So yeah.
Yeah, the room drop being bombs was great. We did also notice Therwolf does in fact have that power bracelet from the Armos item, because he just went ahead and used it on the power bracelet spot in the grave. So at least two of our runners now have that lovely, delicious croissant. And we also have a lovely, delicious croissant shape down on Yunos' side. Unfortunately, did hit the death button.
Hey, that's okay, because now that the map is there, I can actually see where his character is in proximity to the level.
Are you saying you're having a hard time with the dark blue on black?
Yeah, that would be a fair explanation.
Well, aren't you the one responsible for all the color palette stuff in this game?
Well, not that part of it.
Also, can we just point out, did you see the level of smoothness on that boomerang clip just to go through the block like it was absolutely nothing by Yunos there?
Once again, I'm not surprised.
Oh, I'm not surprised either. I just wanted to point out that, oh my gosh, that was beautiful.
Yeah, and actually, that room that Yunos found, if the item is behind here, that is going to be horrible. You're either giving up a heart or a bomb in order to get to these top two rooms in Dungeon 2.
Yeah, and it's never a good thing if you have to waste something like that. But nope, he gave up a heart for absolutely nothing.
And we find level 1 on Theorwolf's side, a great dungeon to find, especially early on. You get your 2 items, and it's relatively small, so it shouldn't take long to clear out at all.
Yeah, and the 2 items is great, and like we said earlier, the worst enemy you're going to come across that's a general enemy is going to be the Dark Nuts, because Wizrobes and Lionels are on the overworld. We could run into a couple of troublesome bosses, Goma and Digdogger being the 2 that come to mind. We have the capabilities of killing all of the other bosses. One bomb does make Dodongo a little tough, though.
Yeah, not going to be doing much with that. Also, clearing out Pole's voice with just a wood sword is not much fun either.
No, but it's doable. Also, boo to wall masters on this palette in level 6. Boo, boo, boo.
That one you can blame me for.
Good.
It's almost as bad as the blue boomerang in here.
No, it's definitely worse. The blue boomerang anywhere is a bad idea. The other fortunate thing there for Theorwolf in this level 1, look at the cavalcade of keys he is coming across.
Yeah, typically in level 1, you're going to want to find a lot of keys anyway because, well, level 1 tends to have a lot of key blocks, but unfortunately, the iframes on that Pole's voice did not last very long, so Theorwolf does take a death, and we'll have to go back to the start here.
Oh, the Rupee boss guarded the compass there for RE, and it looks like the Triforce here in 6 is all the way down at the bottom.
You know where that item is going to be then, right?
Oh, absolutely. Past the Triforce and the tip of the tail.
Bad in here.
No. Well, that staircase is required to get to the Triforce, as we are old man blocked here in level 6.
So we'll probably see Ari clear out most of this room or a little of this room before heading over to check for the item in these other rooms.
Yeah, we do have a Triforce located here in level 1 for Fairwolf. We've got Psytown going back through level 2. And yep, the Moblins don't get any better the more you look at them.
Yeah, blue Moblins on any dungeon palette are pretty much the worst.
Yeah, and that's just the nature of how they're coded because of the way that the game sees colors. There's only certain color palettes that it can see. And if they're on the overworld, they get to do their lovely little dark blue thing like normal. But unfortunately, in the dungeons, that same palette that they're on is what the dungeon background is. So, oh, we got some half vanilla there. We got some bow in level 1. Now, I want to put out Nora as our tracker. There is a button that says bow. You should be able to find it.
He's going to tell us later that it's not there.
Yeah, you want to load up your tracker to find it for him? But we do have the Triforce being picked up by Fairwolf there in level 1. And that is a horribly wonderful spot for level 1 to be. It's up in the Death Mountain in the open cave. It's just, I love it when good dungeons are in troll locations like that.
Yeah, a lot of our runners will probably explore most of the overworld before they head up to that area. It's typically a late routed area, so we'll see. Yunus might head up there as he's going through the grave right now up to level 6, so he'll also have a sword, and no doubt we'll be working towards a count here as well to get a force bomb drop.
Yunus finally picking his sword up almost 17 minutes in. But speaking of Death Mountain things here, I did a seed earlier today, and Nora can confirm this, where level 2 was on the east side of the map. Aside from that, level 1 was at the grave, level 3 was at the Armos at the grave, level 4 was right above that, levels 5 and 6 were to the left of level 4, level 8 was to the right of it, and level 9 was also up on Death Mountain. Also, we have a backwards vanilla level 1. I am firmly now on Team Fearwolf as the Lord Banana himself was down underground. The bow was on the floor. We are good. We are happy. Let's rock.
Okay, so this just in, immediately after picking that up, Fearwolf decided to dot quit in the IRC.
You know, just because you have admin powers doesn't mean you can sit there and abuse that. And
wait. Vanilla level 9.
I did see that. That's disappointingly awesome. Also, more things happening on the screen just goes to show you that using a C is the proper way to spell effect as opposed to a K, because Random decides to also pick up that horrible blue object.
And the best thing about that is, even if they pick up the boomerang, it still will never appear in their inventory. And my apologies to everyone in chat, but no, Fred is not racing in this seed.
That is very disappointing.
So, you went through... Oh, we found level 8 on Yunus' side, and that is a beautiful purple right there.
That really is. That is quite possibly one of my favorite colors I've seen here in this game. That is gorgeous.
So, with all that talk about your seed earlier, so the reason I'm here is so you could humble brag about how friendly a seed was for you?
No, that's not the reason you're here. You're here because just I need you to wait, okay? I need you to trust me. I need you to wait. I've got a couple. I'm waiting on like one more thing to come to happen, and I promise that will be worth it.
Would that one thing be Yunus getting through this blue Dark Nut room? Oh my goodness! And he's hoping for a key right here. Otherwise, he will be key blocked in level 8.
Well, either way, one of the best things about watching things like this is you get to see people, like all 4 of these runners that we have on screen are fantastic, but watching them do things like seamlessly fight these blue Dark Nuts, like you see Yunus doing just fabulously, it is a treat to watch, because I know I see a blue Dark Nut room like that, I'm like, nope, bye, I'm out of here, I ain't doing crap with this.
Well, it was all for naught, because there was nothing in that room.
It doesn't hurt to sharpen your combat skills.
I don't think Yunus is the one out of the entire community that needs his combat skills sharpened.
I'm trying to put a positive spin on it. You're not helping.
A positive spin, is that like what you call it when I die in this game?
Only if I'm watching for entertainment.
So, Deerwolf is he looking for a way to get to the north?
He just picked up the compass. He stunned Astolfos and stole the compass from him. So he's now just trying to get his way up there.
I was gonna say he could just follow Jon Snow. He knows the way to the north.
Yeah, but he knows nothing.
So Random is now in level 2.
Unfortunately, Theorwolf trying for a little pirouette action does not get the bomb hole he wanted, so it looks like the path north is either going to be through that staircase we saw earlier, or by killing this room full of, well, it's just a mess.
The room wouldn't be too bad, except all those bubbles.
Exactly.
Bubbles in Spiral Room are... I mean, they're basically the equivalent to, well, Wizrobes in a Spiral Room.
Wizrobes in any room?
No, Wizrobes in water rooms are actually really nice because they just keep phasing over it.
That is true. Also, blue landmos. And we have a level 5 at the waterfall that I didn't even notice down on Sci-Town's screen. Thing means screen. Just go with that, okay? Thing is screen. And we have a try. And Sci-Town has a random red candle. I don't know where it happened. I don't know where we got it, but we have a red candle.
It may have been here in level 5.
Well, if it is, he just got the Triforce. Why is he going back in?
Oh, it may not have been here in level 5. It may have been in level 2. I believe he was in there earlier.
Perhaps. Sorry to logic bomb you there. Oh boy, manhandle it in this room. When Sci-Town does not have a ladder. Oh, that was beautiful. What I was saying is, without a ladder, having a manhandle in that room is very difficult because there's only so many ways you can maneuver, but that was just beautiful, that kill.
Basically, everyone proving TGE wrong here.
I mean, isn't that what I exist for, is just to be proven wrong? And yes, Red Candle was in fact in level 2.
Also, traps in the bracket room is also always nice.
Yeah, no ladder. Traps in any room where you only have that one tile thing, not good. Also, look at that Triforce in level 7 in a ladder required room, but the ladder was, of course, in 7, so Theorwolf has got 7 out of the way. That's always nice. Yuno's now coming back into level 2. Looks like he's going to be item digging here. Going to be slightly disappointed that it's only the red candle.
So we're still item hunting here in 5. Pretty good knowledge of where items are so far. Of course, we do want to find the recorder at some point because we want to hear the wicked tunes of Hyrule.
Absolutely. Basically, aside from wanting to hear the tunes of Hyrule, the only thing right now that we quote-unquote need still is the silver arrows. And I say quote-unquote there because we don't know if there's going to be a level that's going to require either the raft or the recorder to access.
So that thing about Wizrobes on the overworld, this screen that Sci-Town is on kind of eliminates that theory that they're always better, because that's a horrible screen to have Wizrobes.
Oh, absolutely. I would just rather have them on the overworld than have them in my dungeons. But that's just me. Ooh, getting an unfortunate damage boost there from the Lionel. Never good when you're starting on 2 hearts or 3 hearts and you get 2 of them taken away by an unfortunate sword beam to the backside. So
nice clock there for There, unfortunately, there's a wall master in that room.
Oh, womp, womp, womp.
Also, what do you call a bunch of fires? Would that be a gaggle?
I mean, this is Zelda, so I mean, they're kind of equivalent to birds. So can we call them murder?
I think there's a bunch more things in here that murder you, though.
Yeah, I like J Durgan chat. A volume of fires. I like that one. Also, there's Unos going ahead and picking up the super easy Triforce in 5 and just like, yep, I have my Tringle. I'm leaving. Goodbye.
That's the way Unos typically places seeds. He'll be just trying to get through as quickly as possible. And he's going to come up across level 1 and level 9 very shortly here.
As a random effect has come across level 5, he's also going to find the very delicious early Triforce here. And by that I mean, oh hey, look, Triforce right here, this room, guarded by bats.
Okay, so J-Dirk also gave us a gaggle of guineas.
Okay, I can see that. So basically, this entire rest of this this night is going to devolve into group names for the enemies in Zelda 1, isn't it?
Very possibly.
Also, no, Jiggly, nobody wants a plethora of Patra.
So if we're going with full alliteration here, would that be a gaggle of guineas give goodies at the grave?
Sounds great to me. Oh, Yuno's getting sniped by the Wizrobe Beam just before he gets into the White Sword Cave. Ouch!
As I said, horrible screen for them.
Hey, they're not sniping me, so I don't care.
And J-Dirk, we'll just go with a litter of Lionels.
I mean, is the obvious one an octet of Octoroks?
Not sure. Unos is currently digging level 1. We have Sidetown in level 7, who would be our last runner to receive the ladder. Unos making the obvious decision for 2 reasons. First of all, it wouldn't even enter his inventory. Second of all, it's the boomerang.
There is nothing wrong with his holiness. I mean, let's be honest here. I mean, that should have been the real bid war at SGDQ was what team you were on, Team Banana or Team Usurper. I mean, that should have been the bid war right there. Of course, I'm also biased as heck, so.
They weren't using my sprites, they couldn't do that. Also, Theorwolf back in 6 digging as Sidetown finds his ladder. Apparently, the book we are looking for today is also the Nintendo Power Guide, so that's also good information. Or bad information. I never used one.
Never used a Nintendo Guide?
Yeah.
See, interesting thing is, I personally never had a Nintendo Power, but my grandparents, when I go up to their house, they had a Nintendo, and randomly they had Nintendo Powers just lying around. So I personally never had one, but I have used them before. Krim, we have a request for more Banana Ganon.
That's nightmare fuel. I don't want to do that to people.
What? I mean, we can go find the clip where it's just you fighting the banana and it's just 30 seconds of me giggling like a madman.
Yes, there are many ways that we could go with that, none are appropriate for speed gaming, so we'll just continue on with a dual sync death, one in level 7 by Saiton and the other on the overworld by random effect. Yuno's still in Palace 1, hunting for the lovely bow that he just gets, and Theorwolf still hunting for this item in 6.
Yeah. Interesting to see what we're going to find here. We know, because of what we've seen other people do, that we're in the right general-ish area? Also, that counting by Theorwolf to get the bomb off the Moldor.
Yeah, Theortom runs vanilla, so he knows his counts.
Yep. Also, Random going to go ahead and pick himself up a Pack-O-Bomb. But yeah, no, I mean, we can't go full alliteration, because as much as I don't want to admit it, Squiggle of Danger Noodles was in fact a thing.
They're only danger noodles if they're poisonous. Otherwise, they're just nope ropes.
Right, but I mean, we have the nope ropes already, and nope ropes are what happens when they roll high HP, and danger noodles just what happens when you walk into a room full of blue land molas from the left.
And there's our item in 6.
You know?
Yes, chat, go ahead.
Whoa, don't you be encouraging them to do that. We're not going to encourage them to do that. We're going to encourage them to fully embrace Lord Banana if we're encouraging them to do anything.
Also, can we note the convenience of the magic sword being located 2 screens away from level 9?
That never happens. That literally never happens.
Also, I'll notate that as French vanilla because that screen is kind of replaced by 2 screens over in Second Quest, which contains a Master Sword or Magic Sword. So I'll call French vanilla on that. And Yunos finds level 4.
Is it really French vanilla though, or is that more like
It's cheap French vanilla.
Okay.
Like artificial French vanilla.
Oh gosh. Ugh. Oh. I didn't need to hear that. Oh.
So Thero finally gets the Triforce out level 6. Random is in level 1, which will be great when he gets to the bow. Unfortunately, a bunch of spinning will take him further away. And Saiton is also in level 6, going to be hunting for both the item and the Triforce here as well.
So, good news for Yunos. He found a bomb upgrade. Bad news for Yunos. It was minimum.
Yeah, that's always feels bad, man. So, outside the silver arrows, and of course, maybe possibly Recorder, since Yunos found the Wrath in level 4, what item would you be most okay with finding? Would it be the any key right now, the white sword, or the red ring?
Well, I think if you're our runners here, the answer is the any key. Because our runners here, all 4 of them on screen, and plus a good portion of the ones in this race, are all skilled enough that they can handle Green Tunic, Wood Sword, Ganon if they need to. But running out of keys is a definite thing. Now, I especially, I'm not gonna call people out on the carpet for this, not mentioning any names here. But I know for a fact that keys have caused me to lose races. Keys have caused other people to lose races. If you're asking me right now what item I want to find if I'm digging a dungeon, I want to find the any key.
I would agree for 3 of our 4 runners. I don't think Random's too concerned about the any key right now.
True. I mean, not with the absolute, cacophony that he's got there.
The cacophony?
Yes, the cacophony. See, aren't you glad you agreed to come and do this?
I still don't know why I agreed to come and do this.
Basically, I'm pretty sure you agreed to come and do this, so I would just stop blowing up your DMs.
Unfortunately, this isn't going to stop that.
Well, it did for this week. I mean, it's not like I don't have multiple ways I can DM you. I mean, there's Twitch, there's Twitter, there's Discord. You unfortunately at some point gave me your phone number. So there's multiple ways I can blow up your DMs.
So Yunos got his 4th Triforce here out of level 4. So on good pace, only needs to really find the silvers. And more so for more than just the tune, I would say that Recorder would be great for our runners to find. Oh, by the way, there's the book.
Yes,
but Recorder would be great for our runners to find, only because level 1 is located right next to level 9.
Yeah, absolutely. And being able to just toot your way right up here and not have to walk is fantastic. And the other good thing now is with Yunos finding the book, he is going to have access to all of the hints. So anytime he comes across an old man in a dungeon now, he'll be able to understand what they say, as well as purchasing the hints.
All that lag on random effects side, but burning the mummies is the most effective way of killing them.
It is, but yeah, between fire and laser shooters and mummy, yeah, that's just not good. Also, apparently the chat has now devolved into your reaction when I send you carrier pigeons to blow up your DMs.
My response to that would probably be blowing up the carrier pigeons. Dig Doctor gazes with the Recorder, so Recorder is in level 5.
So that is good information to know if Yunos wants to go back and get that. The problem with that is he's got the Triforce out of 5, and 5's all the way up at the waterfall.
He is not going to return for that, unless he deduces that level 3 is indeed at level 7's vanilla spot. He will not return there.
No, absolutely not. Also, I would like to point out, even though we were joking about it, no carrier pigeons were harmed in the making of this broadcast.
Also, so Bow and Boomerang both in 1. 5 has a Recorder, 6 has a Raft, 9's at its vanilla location.
No, 6 had the wand, not the Raft. Raft was
or 6, yes. 6 had its vanilla item.
Yes. Also, we do have a question for you in chat. Do you, in fact, know the airspeed velocity of an unladen swallow?
I do not.
I'm disappointed in you that you didn't go into the shtick. I'm very disappointed.
No, I don't need to go into the shtick because Theorwolf is currently swinging it around.
Yeah, but it's not boomsticks, but only half counts. Oh! Raft is required. 3's got the red ring, and 3 is Raft block. Yunos with a huge bit of information there.
Yeah, and able to quickly go over to one of these Raft spots to check it out. But more importantly, that means silvers are an 8 or 9. And yeah, we see the immediately up a restart, reset console thing Yunos does. It's also insane how quickly he does that.
It really is. I would also like to point out, because we were sitting there talking about how French vanilla this seed is, we can get a little backwards here, as the Raft was in 4, which was required to get to 3, which is at 4's location.
Well, French vanilla again? This is...
I mean, I heard someone in chat mention French-Canadian vanilla, so I think I'm going to go with that. I'm not sure if that's a good term for it or a bad term for it, but I like the concept behind it. So basically, it's just French vanilla with maple flavoring.
Maple flavoring and ham?
Yes, yes. So it's breakfast ice cream?
I don't think we've seen any breakfast rooms yet.
No, because Wizrobe's are in the overworld.
That's right. So we won't see any breakfast rooms.
I mean, we're getting pancakes right now. That's about the closest we're going to get.
Yeah, but they're probably the cheap variety that are mass-produced and cold by the time you get to them.
So anything you get in an IHOP? Was that a little below the belt?
I was thinking more Denny's.
True. I can't insult Denny's because there's literally one going in like 2 minutes down the road from my house. You know by the Walmart that's right by my house where there's a restaurant there. Denny's is going in right there. So I kind of have to behave right now because, yeah, I think they might be able to hear me.
Let them hear you.
Yes. Also, Yuno's going to go ahead and pick up the Triforce here, and there is the any key we were talking about, and of course, who gets it? Random effect.
And where is it? Level 8.
Level 8. So Yunos, because he knows the red ring is there in 3, he picked up the Triforce. He's not going to go back in and get that. So, I mean, again, finding that book paying huge dividends right now.
Yeah, and a bunch of our other runners really haven't done any exploration up there in Death Mountain, so they might find out a lot of this information before they even get to that book.
Yes, but the other thing is Yunos is the only one of our on-stream runners who's found level 4, which holds the raft to get to level 3 anyway, so...
I would say Yunos holds the key to victory in this seed, but no, I think Random's the one who holds the key.
You can't see me right now, but I'm applauding you silently.
Golf clap.
Yeah, pretty much. And, oh, silvers are in level 9.
What was that Random picked up? I happened to miss that.
Oh, what, the heart container?
Oh, so silvers and white sword in level 9. Even better.
This is fantastic.
So, I mean, still not an overall bad seed. Yunos has a lot of good information, and he may even be gambling on 9 at this point, the way he's just going through these dungeons. So we might still see a sub-hour on these flags, on something that you rolled.
Well, hold on. What is that supposed to mean, sir? What are you implying there?
Well, if it's sub-hour, no one can blame TGE.
That's actually very disappointing.
I told you you'd be disappointed. Also, Yunos just casually bombing the Dodongo in the exact location to also open up the bomb wall twice in a row.
Twice? Yeah, but the fact that people won't get to blame me, and also random effect, 60% chance to pick up the magic sword that's right next door to 9. Yes, please. But see, people aren't going to be blaming me. Yet another reason you should be glad you agreed to join me on this.
I still don't know why I did.
Because you felt bad for me and you just wanted me to shut up and stop bothering you?
I almost actually expected the start of another cruel knock-knock joke.
Whoa. See, the problem with that is I did it once. I can't do it again. And also, wood arrows required. Goma guards the Triforce in 8.
Okay. So we finally found your troll, and that's a good one.
It's pretty good. I have to agree, it's pretty good.
I sure hope our runners wrote down where they found arrows, because I sure didn't.
We have a tracker for that. Let's ask him.
I guarantee he didn't. He never counts on getting the bow.
That's true. That's a horrible idea. Oh, right. We're in trouble.
So, Random does find level 4 here. Hopefully we'll dig out the item. I would assume so, given that he still does need to find the silver arrows, and with as much overworld as he's explored, maybe guessing that recorder or raft may be needed.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, when you're this far into a scene, you haven't found all the dungeons yet, you're definitely thinking like, oh, I need an exploration item, and you're hoping it's the one you have. Which, of course, it never is.
Random finding out the bad news about the bomb upgrade as well.
But hey, 2 extra bombs is better than no extra bombs.
Yes, but Fred hasn't trolled everyone that way yet. That would be horrible, spending the 77 rupees and the old man just laughing at you because you're walking away with no extra bombs.
I mean, I would pay that for a full refill, let's be honest here. And there is the raft for random. There's your R alliterations. Maybe you can get some rolling R's for the raft for random there. But that's about what you're getting out of me.
Thank goodness that's all I'm getting out of you.
I mean, you're getting coherent words out of me, which is impressive.
This is a fun room.
This is a fun room.
And we have Sci-Town in level 1. Finally going to be able to get their bow. Or already got their bow.
See, Nora found the button. It's okay.
I'm just actually shocked.
I mean, I am too. Although we might have just... I think we might have got the button changed where it just says, Nora, push this when we tell you.
Either that or it says definitely not the bow.
Yeah. All right, so we have a question here. Myself plays. What does it mean by don't you have the Nintendo Power Guide? That is one of the new options here in the randomizer. There is an option where all of the old men in the seed will say the exact same thing until you pick up the book to translate. In that case, the book is basically acting like a Rosetta Stone. The Nintendo Power Guide just happens to be the random community text that the old men are saying this time. It does vary from seed to seed, but that's basically telling you that you need the book to be able to understand what they're saying.
Yeah, I'm probably totally incorrect on this number, but I believe there's about 20 to 25 different things that they can say for the book text alone. Overall in the community, we have, I think, close to 300, 400, 500 different texts. So, a lot of stuff going in. Random grabs his Triforce in level 4, so He's up to 4 now.
Yuno's picked up a clock in the Wallmaster room. He had the one Wallmaster left still on the wall so we could kill it.
I mean, that's where Yunos' knowledge really comes into play, because he knows what to expect from spawn times from Wallmaster, so he would know immediately, okay, the Wallmaster should be in the wall, and he should be located right about this area, and is able to just go in and bomb. Does get the Triforce out of level 6, so just has level 8 left to explore. He doesn't know
now he has to go, though. Yeah, but I think he's better than 8. He might know he needs arrows.
No, he was blocked in level 8.
Oh, that's right. One of my favorite things that I've seen though recently is there was a one of the door repairs where obviously it was on fast text, and the door repair message was, "Don't you wish you had slow text?" I love that.
And Theorwolf grabbing his Triforce out of level 4. So, Random getting the hint about level 5, knowing he does not have to go back there. Theorwolf may choose to do the same thing. He has enough money to get those 3 hints. The big hint, though, will be about level 3 and the raft, which Random's going to find right here.
He's going to find it, dare I say, randomly. Ladies and gentlemen, apparently I'm going to be going solo for the rest of the night because that one pun just killed Krim. And now he's... Go ahead.
Jam says randomizer joke. Was that a randomizer joke or a random effect joke?
It was just a random joke. Aren't you glad you decided to come join me for this, Krim?
No. I'm starting to regret this. I don't know why I'm here, and yet I'm still suffering through this.
You know exactly why you're here.
Oh, that's right. The save chat from a commentary full of just you.
Well, it was either... There were 3 options. It was me going solo, it was me and you, or... Well, I can't mention the third one because Yeah, no, that would just be bad.
So Yuno's hanging out with some nice, interesting shaped Vires here in level 8, making his way through. Scytown also in level 8, while Random and Deerwolf are both in level 3. They're going to be hunting out this item because neither of them have actually gotten the hint. So, I mean, Random Effect might be going into 9 with Red Ring and Magic Sword.
Because runners of that quality need that level of get up.
And he doesn't even need to worry about Wizrobes. Like, he could sneeze in level 9 and everything will die.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's just like cheating.
And there is the red ring for Theorwolf. He is not going to up A out of this room. I would expect not.
No, definitely not. Also, that's one of my favorite things is whenever you get the red ring, there's that little palette shift. I love it.
Yeah, that will happen whenever our palette is slightly off from the gray of vanilla level 9. And there's red ring for Random as well. Also, Theorwolf and Yunos both not picking up the Any key earlier, or yet in level 8, I should say, not earlier. And yeah, I don't think either of them are really going to need it. Yunos did go purchase his arrows, though, so may do a little more exploring before killing the Goma.
I mean, never a bad thing to explore, but I also do enjoy killing Gomas.
And Garion, we will not be seeing Digdoggers in level 9. Randomized boss groups are not shuffled.
Which it's always interesting when you walk into level 9 and instead of staring down a Patra, you're staring down a Freshmaker.
Well, I mean, what smells worse, dead dragon or dead flies?
Oh. Well, I guess the question is, why are the flies dead?
Probably because you stabbed him.
Okay, if that's the reason, I would probably say dead dragon. But if the flies are dead because they were there for a corpse and then you stabbed them, I would say the flies.
This is a worse dead dragon that RE's trying to make right now.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Killing a four-headed Gleeok on one heart, bad. Killing a four-headed Gleeok on one heart when you have the red ring, better.
And basically having the Triforce spawn right before that last bubble hits, even better.
Yep, and we do have our first of our 4 on-screen runners into level 9. You all know what we're looking for. You all know what we're listening for. So we're just going to go with that.
And we'll get some of that lovely level 9 music in here, along with a lot of Schwand and Fire.
Schwand and Fire.
Oh, never mind. I hear Yunos, so his audio is not usable.
I mean, hearing Yunos isn't the worst thing in the world.
But we might have Theorwolf heading into level 9 as well, it appears. So, apparently Nora has found the bow, but not the 8.
So
now we got Theorwolf music.
There is nothing wrong with Theorwolf music. Also, this is not a pleasant room to start your dungeon with. A basically required room of Darknuts to get through. It's not the worst thing because it's not required Wiz Robes, but still, having to kill Darknuts definitely is in my pile of I'd rather not.
So yeah, I think you were talking about what we're looking for here.
Oh, yes. Well, what we're looking for is a shutter door. A very specific shutter door.
What about growling?
But we're not looking for growling, we're listening for growling. Because Ganon is a loud little piggy. Ganon likes to let you know where he is, as long as you are in one of the 4 cardinal directions away from him, one unit. So if you are north, south, east, or west from the room that Ganon is in, you will hear our favorite Porky Pal letting you know to come find him.
But none of that is good unless we find the silver arrows first.
Right, which is also what we're looking for, which is why you see Theerwolf and Unos taking all of the staircases.
But there are 3 old men in here.
Yes, there are 3 old men. And because both of our runners here have the book, we'll be able to translate the old men. And there is a compass, so we now know where the kidnap is going to be. But those 3 old men have a possibility of 4 old hints. Or new hints, but it just didn't sound right. So of the 4 hints that we could possibly get, one of them tells us which quadrant of the map the kidnapped is located in. If you're Theerwolf, you don't want to see that one because you know it. The second one tells you the quadrant of the dungeon where Ganon's hiding. That's always something you like to see. The third one, again, something that Theerwolf does not want to see, tells you which enemies are guarding the compass. And lastly, the one that all of our runners want to see, which quadrant of the dungeon hides the silver arrows. Or, if the silver arrows are not in 9, a hint telling you that the silver to kill the beast lies elsewhere.
Thank you. I had to hold your hand through that, but thank you.
That wasn't my hand you were holding. I'm not sure whose, but it wasn't mine.
Uno's taking an unfortunate death while Theerwolf finds the silver arrows.
And J. Durgan chat makes a valid point. You might want to wash your hand if that was mine. But yeah, so Theerwolf has all of the keys and the pieces to the pork plundering puzzle. Now the problem becomes finding the pig.
Very good alliteration. I do have to commend you on that one.
It was very hard to come up with something for killing pork there, so I'm proud of that one.
So apparently Gleeok returns on Death Mountain, and apparently Random Effect doesn't like that.
I mean, can you blame him? The other thing that I find interesting here is I didn't see Theerwolf make a stop to check on the magic sword. Did you?
No, at 20%, he's probably just more concerned about getting into level 9. He's confident in his ability, and
oh yeah,
probably
no,
not worth the check. Sightdown also getting his red ring right now.
And here's level 9, but we know it's regular. But level 9 is still one of those, I don't care how well you know the map, having the map there is always helpful.
The biggest reason I enjoy the maps in level 7 and 9 particularly is to see where I am on the horizontal level.
Exactly.
You can pretty much tell with the PALA ACE 9 where you are on the vertical, but yeah, that horizontal is sometimes very difficult, and you'll find yourself bombing rooms you shouldn't be.
A good measure on that horizontal level, if you're trying to figure out your general area, is take a look in the HUD. Right next door, you have the rupees, the blank space, the keys, and the bombs. If you label the horizontals 1 to 8 going downward, that row, like the first one is row 1, 2. 1 and 2 are in the rupees. 3 and 4 are in the blank space, 5 and 6 are in the keys, and 7 or 8 in there in the bomb. So it's not the best determination, but it's definitely something to start and get you to look at.
It works if my eyes work, and they don't.
But so yeah, they don't. So yeah, it doesn't work for you.
There's that hint. Unos might want to find that.
Unos definitely might want to find that.
Not too far away from it either.
No, and is Ganon in the tooth? Ganon's in the tooth! Oh, Theerwolf with the potion.
Yeah, and quite an annoying room to fight Ganon in. Ganon does tend to skew his spawn area a little bit to the right and down in some rooms, and this is one of the rooms where it happens. So if you're fighting him on your vanilla knowledge, it will end up a little bit off. But with Theerwolf having all the potion and red ring and everything else, I don't think it's too much of an issue.
And I thought we had a little bit of a Disco Ganon stun lock there, but we do have a dead pig, so we now know where we're going. It's just a matter of how do we get.
Yeah, may already have an idea of where he needs to go. So random effect, taking a death there on the overworld, looks like, yeah, just using the take any road just to get back up to level 8 pretty quickly, which is not actually horrible for him, considering that it will be a slightly easier walk to level 9. Sidetown entering level 8 as well.
Ooh, this 9. This 9, are we going to have to ride the magic staircase? We may have to ride the magic staircase.
Theerwolf exhausting all of his options before that. Going to see if he can work his way up from here.
Oh, that's disappointing. I wanted to ride the magic staircase.
It's
not
there.
It is.
It's without Miss Frizzle, so it's not worth it.
That is true. There is no Miss Frizzle, but we do have a finish. Our first on-screen finisher is going to be Theerwolf. That is also going to be the first place finisher in the race itself with an official SRL time of 1 hour, 2 minutes, and 16 seconds. See, Krim, it wasn't that bad, so aren't you glad you agreed to join me?
I still don't know why I joined you. Was it to watch Theerwolf win? Was that the reason? And well, yes, 14 hearts random. You're definitely gonna get overpowered.
Yes, considering you're guaranteed to get the magic sword. Yes, and no, that was not the reason. That wasn't the reason. Also, apparently, the recorder tune is Superman.
I hope not the video game Superman.
I'm kind of hoping it was the actual song, like, if I go crazy, then will you still call me Superman?
I don't think that's it either.
Okay. Then it's probably video game Superman.
Finding his silver arrows, so he can go on the pork plundering as well.
No, he's on the pork procurement plan. I still have a plethora of P words. Actually, I'm running very low on them. I could use some help.
Perhaps you can possibly plan better next time then.
Potentially.
Town is making his way up. Gonna check on this magic sword here at 12 parts, and we have a negative. So either 13 or 14 to get the magic sword. Scytown is going to be fighting with just the wooden stick.
I would say it's better than a sharp stick in the eye, but it is a sharp stick in the eye.
Well, you know, the best type of skewers are wooden.
True, but just a hint or a note: when you are doing kebabs and skewering things, don't put the vegetables and the meat all in the same skewer because they all cook at different times, and you'll end up with burnt vegetables and raw meat. So put everything that's the same on the same skewer. So all your peppers on one, all your onions on another, all your kebabs on your meat kebabs on a third one. That way, everything cooks properly. And Yunus finds the white sword, says, "Nah, I don't need that."
Nah, he cares more about the pig that's down in the bottom right tooth.
Bottom left tooth?
Well, yeah, I guess. It'd be the right tooth if you were looking through the eyes of the skull.
But we're not. We're looking back at the skull.
You mean this isn't your skull?
No, it is not my skull. It's not wide enough. My skull takes up more than an 8x8 grid.
Well, if you'd stop inflating your ego, maybe that wouldn't be an issue.
But it's so much fun! Meanwhile, Thurwolf's sitting in here like, what the heck did I just walk into?
Yeah, I'm just...
Good game.
Yeah, just keep going.
Chi-Chi, my friend.
Thanks. Got lucky on that 9 gamble, I think.
No, that was good all around.
Yeah, not too much horrible about the seed. I mean, maybe other than the wood arrow required. But that'd be about it.
I do need to point one thing out, Krim. Therewolf was the only one of our runners on stream to pick up the proper banana, and look who won. Just saying.
You know, with the Lionels being kind of jerks, I'm like, sure, why not?
I'll accept that because you're not inflating his ego. You're given a valid response. But yeah, overall, what do you think about the seed? I mean, from a commentary side, without having to do the combat, I thought it was a great seed.
Oh, Wizropes on the overworld are always such a joy. Other than that, funding levels took a while. They were kind of hard to find.
Yeah, that was definitely interesting because I think we were about 6-7 minutes in until any one of our runners found a level. So yeah, it took a while to discover all of them, and then of course you have level 3 behind the raft and everything else, and level 4 I think was up on Death Mountain, which took a lot of people a while to get to. So yeah, really interesting way the seed played out. It was a really slow start, and then as you said, you gambled on 9 having the silvers, but a lot of information was already gathered by that point too.
Yeah, it was a 50-50 as far as what I had outside of 9 versus in 9, and I had the book, so in theory I could get a silver's hint, which was in there, just I got it after silvers.
We do have Scytown finding that white sword and does pick it up, unlike Yunus. So he will have a slightly easier time with Ganon.
Yunus is making his way over to the proper area now. All he has to do is bomb down.
I think he's cleared out most of his 9 other than that.
Yep. I also do love the lovely little touch of the full Link's Awakening set with, instead of the old man, we get Gabora. Also, I forgot that was the sprite. That thing is gloriously hideous.
So any other thoughts from you, Theorwolf?
No, it was just a fun overworld, and then the dungeons were pretty okay. Some of the Triforces were very deep, some of them were kind of free, so overall, just a nice seed.
Do you enjoy flags like this, or some of the more difficult flags like Second Quest stuff and things like that?
I mean, it's no Oko max HP blackout, but it's okay.
You, sir, are a sadistic man, and I love it.
I mean, it's no 9-hour seat, but it was all right.
Yeah, I'm personally glad it was not a 9-hour seed because, yeah, I have work in the morning, and oh man, Yuna's taking a death to Ganon, so we'll have to make his way back over and try again. We do still have Random inside town also looking for the silvers. Random close to the hint right now.
Yeah, so here's the question. Does Yunos regret not picking up that white sword now?
I don't think he would blame a death on a decision not to pick up a white sword. But, I mean, it always makes it easier, so he was probably pressing for time because, you know, he's so close to the end.
Oh, did he die? Because he looks like he's digging for Zelda. I think he's up in 8.
Did he? I thought it looked like he died.
Because it definitely looks like he's trying to get to Zelda at this point.
Unless he's just looking for the path so he knows exactly where he has to go.
Maybe, because it definitely looks... Because he was bombing trying to get over there. Or was this just the way to get back to Ganon that he knew?
That could possibly be it, too.
Yep, that looks like it was what it was. Okay. Because that was a little weird, because it definitely looked like he was bombing to try and get to Zelda.
For future knowledge, he was probably doing that, so when he gets to Ganon down, he knows if he has a path or not.
No, that makes a ton of sense. Also, I'm 90% certain that he just forced that fairy drop.
That would surprise you at all?
No, not at all. Six, 7. Yeah, we got ourselves a stun lock here, ladies and gentlemen. 15 delicious hits.
So Eunice will have a general idea of where he needs to go, just has to find that way right and then up. But I don't imagine that would take him too long at all.
No, absolutely not. See, you got to see a fantastic race, nearly a sub-hour. We got to see whatever the heck that Yunos Ganon sprite was. You're still not glad you joined me?
I'm still not sure why I joined you. Also, we did have a second place finisher before Eunice could get over. We did have Chester finish in second place, time of 1 hour, 9 minutes, 48 seconds. CJ, of course, being another very good runner of Zelda, and Eunice, noping away from Patra there.
I mean, it's Patra, so noping away is the correct answer.
Also using the Wand's hitbox to his advantage, smacking the Dark Nut from standing in front of it.
The Wand's hitbox is so deliciously wonky, and I absolutely love it. And there's the extra bombs Yunos was going to need. And there's a huge hint for Random that the silver to kill the beast lies in the northwest of Skull. Literally, he's like one room away from where it was when he went all the way up there, because it was in that little hook on the E.
Unfortunately, though, that immediately leads him away from Ganon.
True, but you need the silver to kill Ganon, so...
Yeah, but it might be a while before he checks back there for him.
You're not wrong there. Yuno's going to go ahead and find... I'm assuming that's an 8-bit windfish?
That's Bow Wow.
Or is it Bow Wow? That is Bow Wow. Okay, I couldn't tell with Okay, now I can tell with the mouth open. I couldn't tell if it was just looking like an orb.
He gets to go for a walk.
Please take Bow Wow for a walk. But yeah, that is going to be a second place finisher on the stream, third overall in the race with an official SRL time. What you actually see on his timer, 1 hour, 14 minutes, and 9 seconds.
Look at that. Yuno's so good he even syncs up his timer to the SRL timer.
I know.
So we still have Sighttown and Random both looking for these silvers. Random has the hint, so he's just kind of digging around trying to find the location and direction he needs to go. May also be looking around a little bit for the path to Zelda as well.
I mean, he knows it's not here.
Well, I guess he doesn't need to find Zelda, he needs to find Link.
The kidnap. Also, that's something you don't see very often. Double-digit deaths on Yunos' counter.
Yeah, I actually think that we're going to see that on quite a few counters tonight. There were a lot more deaths than you would expect.
Oh, wow. So a quick little report here on our 4th and 5th place finishers in the SRL race. We had a time difference of 4 seconds between 4th place and 5th place. Captain Green in the 4th place with 1:16.15. Shaddy in 5th place with 1:16.19.
The comment is actually kind of funny because the comment was Grumble Grumble CG7, which, appropriately enough, Grumble 7.
Right, but also Captain Green 7, so that's a funny one. I like that one.
So, Random did pick up the silvers, looking for Ganon now. May be immediately heading back down into that direction where he got the hint about the silver, so must have most of the rest of level 9 explored.
He's got all of level 9 explored. I've seen his mini-map.
Fortunately, learns that he can't bomb there, so does have to go back over.
Yep. And now he's like, yep, there's the prodigious pork I came for.
All right, I'm out for the night. Thanks for the commentary and everything. GG's, everybody.
Good race. Thanks for stopping by.
And we do have a 6th place finisher, Adirondack Rick, finishing in a time of 1 hour, 17 minutes, 50 seconds. Just as we see a dead piggy on Random FX side.
And that was a dead piggy torn to absolute shreds by the power of the magical sword.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Howdy, Eunice.
It's happening.
GG.
Thanks.
That 9 was rough.
I absolutely hosed myself by leaving the red ring in 3.
Yeah,
100%.
Greenleaf actually asked me when you took the death there if you would have actually regretted not picking up the white sword that you came across in level 9. I said, typically, knowing you would have just been like, it shouldn't have mattered, but yeah. Really interesting because almost everyone's full cleared it too.
Ugh. That one's, I don't know if there are any other paths, like bomb walls to Zelda, but I don't think so. I think it's just that one.
No, I think we just found the second one because RE just came in from the top side there, so there was at least a second path door. Yeah, I just watched him come in from the top.
Oh, I wonder if he took he must have had a staircase, though, to the room above Zelda, because that room was inaccessible otherwise.
Yeah, would have had to have been.
I kind of was looking for that, but then I went ahead and bombed the wall that I thought I already bombed. But yeah, I don't regret the white sword that came up in my chat. I told him that white sword takes 12 seconds to pick up, and it's only 7 extra hits on Ganon. That's 7 seconds, so it was the red ring, not the white sword.
Interesting here. Sidetown now was on the path to properly go ahead and get the silver arrows, but not sure why we're back down here killing Lawmasters.
Maybe looking for more bombs.
Maybe.
So you got several hints that led you pretty much in the exact direction you needed to go. You gambled on 5 early once you got that Triforce and just elected not to go back in for the item, learned the recorder was there. And then you got the hint about red ring being in 3 and that you needed the raft to get there, and pretty much led you to your final level. So definitely worked out in your advantage to pull those hints there.
I didn't see it that way at all. To me, really, when I got those hints, I was quite upset about the time I spent on it, because I would have checked 3. I mean, even not knowing how the end would go, I would have checked 3 and had a red ring. But the recorder hint was the only one that was useful. The rest of them were... I already had the raft. Yeah. And it's just that recorder hint that told me not to go back to 5. And I regret having the red ring hint.
I mean, that definitely makes sense considering what you were talking about earlier. Sidetown now has found the path to Zelda. Unfortunately, is on the wrong side of Zelda to pick up the silver arrows. Silvers are to the right of her, not to the south of her.
We have had a few more finishers. Of course, Random Effect did finish on screen, finished with a time of 1:18:42, and afterwards we've had Sis Crusher in 8th, Antlers in 9th, and JSR in 10th, all within about 40 seconds of each other. So any other thoughts or inputs that you want to give on this, Eunice?
Fairwolf Dunctus.
Yeah, his 9 was extremely efficient. Was able to find the silver super quickly. You, I think, had most of 9 explored by the time you got your silvers. So his 9 routing definitely helped him in that.
I didn't feel like I spent a lot of time in 9 outside of dying too much. I feel like I cleared those rooms with a relatively good speed otherwise, besides the deaths.
Absolutely.
Yeah. That red ring. I think it got a big mouthful from chat about my decision to skip things that I didn't need.
In the moment, I really... If I had the combat ability that you do, I probably would have made the same exact decision. I'm confident at that point.
I'm maybe overconfident, but it's not even a matter of confidence in my abilities. It's just that, I like to skip stuff.
Yeah, that too.
Even if I were way worse at the game, I'd probably want to skip stuff.
Imasock did finish in 11th place, 123.09.
But are they really a sock?
We have this discussion constantly, don't we?
No one's giving me an answer, so until I have an answer, I'm going to do it.
I mostly just want to know how Zeb's doing, because after he's done with this, we're doing another Z1R race for the Duncan Melvins tournament, so yeah.
Oh, wonderful. You're just getting all your Z1R tonight.
Mm-hmm. Much more Duncan all week. Duncan all week. FF1R. And we got some Zelda 2, Rando.
think I saw you doing some free enterprise for Duncan Melvins not too long ago too.
We did do it. I don't remember what the flags were. I did League flags last night? Friday night? That went terribly.
Oh, the one at midnight?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't remember what time.
Well, midnight Eastern. Yeah.
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 Never again.
Yeah, I shouldn't have done that either. But yeah, absolutely. You know, not only Eunice here, give all these runners a follow, but Eunice is a great follow, does a lot of randomizer, and is a really good gamer in general. Just watching him do vanilla stuff and all of his randomizer stuff, really entertaining to watch. So definitely give him a follow.
Thanks.
Yeah. Sidetown, unfortunately, out of bombs. Fortunately, gets him immediately killing the Blue Lionels. Yeah, definitely can agree. I have never not been extremely entertained going into a Unos chat.
Oh, that's a whole nother ball of wax.
I'm just being honest. I've never not been entertained going in to watch you stream.
So looking at Sidetown's map, pretty much, I think he's actually explored every single room except the silvers in the room immediately preceding the silvers.
And obviously Zelda.
But that's already marked off.
I'm just saying, and he did pick up the hint about silver, so he now pretty much knows exactly where to go.
Yes, but knowing where to go and how to get there are two entirely different things.
So you've been driving with me before.
So finally, going to bomb this wall right here. And we are going to get silvers on the side of Sidetown. Along with a bunch of blue dark nuts.
So, you're still not happy that you joined?
Partially that, and I'm also partially wondering why I have not gotten the line from you. I bet you're wondering why I gathered you here today.
Why would I do that?
I don't think that's the question you should be asking. We do have a flaming silver arrow, though. So now Sidetown just needs to work back over to Ganon to Stabby the Pig 8 times. Wait, did I actually break TGE to the point where he's not talking anymore?
No, you didn't break me at all.
Oh, pity.
Well, here's the thing, Krim. If I stop talking, you never know why I wanted you here. So what's it going to be? Are you going to make everybody else happy? Or are you going and not satiate your own curiosity? Or are you going to let them suffer to satiate your curiosity?
I mean, Chad's probably voting for the first option.
Yeah, but it's Twitch chat. Do they really count?
Well, you know, give the people what they want, yada, yada, yada.
Something like that. I mean, we did give them horrible puns. Although, all things considered, I behaved with my puns tonight. I'm a little disappointed.
We got you on an alliteration fix, is what it was.
We did
Also-
get me on the alliteration fix.
We have
One
had
last
two more
final
finishers.
proliferation of pork.
Sure. We have had two more finishers. Karakarn in 12th place and Amazing Toaster in 13th. 125.51 and 127.29, respectively.
And we do finally have our final on-screen kill of the pig.
Vanilla maple Canadian bacon.
With ham. I know they're the same thing, but I had to add the with ham joke.
All right, so Saitown immediately on the run to rescue Zelda.
So, look, I'm gonna come clean here. It was partially selfish reasons why I wanted you to do this with me tonight.
You wanted to sound good?
If I wanted to sound good, I wouldn't have asked you to show up. But no. I fully admit I'm being extremely selfish, and if nothing else, a little nervous about this because, well, I might have come across some information that I probably shouldn't have, and it's taken everything in my power to not just blurt it out this entire time.
Have you been, like, sneaking around and digging into things that you shouldn't have been?
Yes, I totally have been.
TGE is a raccoon?
I mean, it's not my fault that people left the information in the trash were so easily accessible.
All right, well, we'll see if Saitown joins us, but since TGE wants to spoil things...
I mean, it's been killing me this whole time. I've been wanting to let everybody else know, and you. This is also a PSA for you. You really shouldn't leave things lying around in your trash. But hey guys, we got another tournament coming.
Yeah, August 18th is going to be the next 2019 Zelda 1 Randomizer tournament. It's going to be a slightly different format this time around. We will not be doing Swiss into brackets like we have before. We will be doing a series of many qualifier races. All this information will be available very, very shortly, but not before. Another little surprise. We have 3.3 on the way with a new feature from F. Coughlin coming very, very soon.
Oh, did we get that fixed? Did we figure out how it works?
Which will be included in the next tournament flags.
We did get it to work. Oh, that's so exciting.
So, be on the lookout. And there's a bunch of different ways you can do this. You can join the Zelda 1 Randomizer Discord if you have not done so already. That is discord.me/Z1Randomizer. It will take you right to the Discord. Or, if you don't want to do that, if you follow myself or the Greenleaf Effect on Twitter, or even Speed Gaming or Randomania on Twitter, you will be able to see the announcement very, very shortly. Once we get the flags up, we will send out all that notification of where you can sign up and where you can read all the rules for the 2019 tournament.
So, you're not mad at me?
I'm more mad at the fact that you made me do this with you just to make the announcement. I would have done the announcement without you.
I know, that's why I had to trick you to do this, so I could be a part of it.
But yeah, absolutely excited for this tournament. And I do have to say thank you to a few select people. because without them and all of our head bashing that we've been going through, I don't think the format and everything else would have been where it is, and where I believe we are setting up for a really good tournament. But I want to give a thanks to, of course, Fred, because it's Fred, Jam Evil, Adirondack Rick, and JSR. So thanks to them. But most of all, thanks to everyone who has been supporting Zelda 1 Randomizer. Really glad to have seen it showcased at GDQ. And super excited to get this tournament underway in the next month.
Yeah, it's gonna be amazing. You know, just knowing the little bit about it that I do, I'm immensely looking forward to the things that we have planned. And the one thing that I will say is, don't be afraid if you have never joined a tournament before or never played Z1R. If you're thinking about doing it, do it. You don't necessarily have to join a tournament, but this is going to be a tournament that's going to be, going to be friendly to that. So if you're thinking about doing it, you're on the fence about doing it, do it. Enjoy yourself, have fun, jump in. If you have any questions at all, jump in the Randomizer Discord. Everyone there is willing to help. Everyone there is super awesome, and they will give you all the help that they can.
Yeah, and I did once again post that into the chat. So feel free to join. Feel free to join the tournament when we get there, because the tournament's awesome. And I guess, I mean, the biggest thing is I'm excited. I'm excited to get this underway. I'm excited to see all the new faces to the community, and not only that, but all the old faces of the community too. Tournaments are some of my favorite thing. And I'm ecstatic that we're going to be putting another one on for everyone to watch. So also, as we stated before, follow here on Speed Gaming. They're going to be doing a lot of help with this upcoming tournament. We're super excited about that. And I guess, oh yeah. There's some runners that you need to follow too. Random Effect, Theorwolf, Unos, Scytown. Our tracker behind the scenes, of course, Norraestra. And
I mean, I guess if they're desperate, they can follow us, right?
I mean, would they really want to do that?
I mean, if they want to, I mean, I'm okay with being trolled. So if they want to follow just to come in and troll me, I'm perfectly okay with that.
Anyway.
Yeah, about that. Anyhow, so more importantly, make sure you follow the runners. Again, follow Speed Gaming, follow Randomania, follow us on Twitter, follow them on Twitter. The actual official sign-up and announcement will be coming out soon. Make sure you do that. But for all behalf of all the runners you saw here on screen, Norraestra behind the scenes, the wonderful staff here at Speed Gaming who allow us to do this, and of course, Crimson Addicts for being a good sport with my constant blathering and babbling back and forth. I am TGE, reminding everybody to, of course, keep hailing. Have a good night, everybody.
Later, all.